Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Centurion, they are out of Master Duel, so let's try them out. This is the current build, and I was fearing the deck a little bit that it would be expensive. There are a couple of URs here in the new, at least the most recent pack with Duel stuff and so on. What is it? The level 4 Stratos is a UR, the Synchros are UR as well. You could definitely go for a second, what is it, Legacia? This one, the one that draws and pops from your opponent. I prefer the other one at 2 as well. You know, Searcher, I think the one you go for first turn more often, right? But other than that, yeah, this one, that hurt. The Emblema Oath, it's needed at 3 because I guess it makes the deck much more consistent in getting to your, you know, your level 4s and searches. So that hurt a little bit. But other than that, I think it's fine. Most of the other cards are just staples. So talent, get a free peek at their hands. Get rid of the talents, the call by, because, you know, we have Maxi in hand, and that's I guess the biggest weakness of this deck. This deck could easily be stopped off of one hand trap. Like negating the Stratos here, my monster on the left, the Searcher, that could hurt if I don't have a follow-up play with like the field spell, for example. Or the one that's, well, that's basically the field spell, something that puts like a Centurion in your face of spell and trap cards. So we definitely wanted to keep the imperm on Turbulence, right? We don't want them setting 4. We know the set is that Diable Star Trap, that's basically a face-up negation. But my hand is not the best, but they don't know that. And I use the 3D, you know, go for Primera effect to search. He should definitely negate this one, but again, that's something he doesn't know. Then again, I do have a follow-up play with the quick play spells, so there were options for me. But I really wanted to go to my field spell, because again, the field spell gives me the opportunity to synchro summon during their turn, even though we don't have Calamity. Crimson Dragon is still there. So we can play through this, use the Oath, you know, go for one of the level 8s. That gives me the opportunity to go for Legacia, draw one, pop one, right, from the strongest monster from your opponent. Set a trap, because we need that one. Because we know the set is the, what is it, the Snake Eye spells that puts a monster on field or from your opponent into the spell and trap card. So I think we're forced to negate that one and, you know, quick synchro up for Cosmic. I think Cosmic Blazar. So because we know there is a Witch, right? Problem is that the Wanted was a nice top deck because the Wanted gives him an extra draw, an extra potential top deck. So I was thinking either going for, you know, the Cosmic Blazar, which is an Omni negation, right? Or the Supernova, which is all, well, it's a monster effect negation. Well, it blows everything up, basically banishes everything from your opponent. So even though the problem is that if you let them search, there is always a threat of Little Knight, so I was like, let's negate the Hydrant, but obviously I'm getting punished by another hard-drawn Turbulence. I mean, there was already one in Grave, like how many are there running? 2, probably? But it is what it is, so Blazar returns, 3DR returns, so there are follow-up plays, but disheartening that, you know, there's another Maxi, so I can get that scoop. Going second against Dino, we open Nip and Super Poly. Super Poly could be really clutch during my turn, right? If they end on Conductor and something else, right? Which is the basic dinosaur end board. But let's see, we do have Nip. Nip is not that great against Dino. They already use Misk, so we know Misk is already active. But Nip here in this case, I guess, gets rid of the Scrap and Golem, yeah, the Link 2 and Golem, so that kind of prevents them from going for a free Apo on top of their field. Pill was known, so Conductor hits the board plus Lagia, I guess, so that's okay, but we do have options, like Super Poly, for example, Bonfire, and so on, so there's definitely plays, and you draw Talents as well, so that's fantastic. Let's see, like the Bonfire, can it force out already a monster effect, you know, activation, then we can play with the Talents as well. So first of all, you go for Super Poly. Go for Mud Dragon, and then, you know, use Talents to get a peek at my opponent, and they drop, what is it, the Transcend Drake that they are, you know, you're not really running. And I was like, okay, double baby or something like that, but they get rid of 2 big bosses. Well, this is Argossaur and Conductor, so that's fine. We can recover those still. A couple of options. I think the only option, well, no. We can go for Legacia, destroy the strongest attack monster and go from there, but I believe the Transcend Drake reborns itself. So that's why we go for the search, probably searching the field, yeah, giving me the Synchro Summon during their turn. This way we can go for Little Knight during main phase 2, banish the one of Misk in the graveyard, because again, like the turn 10 Drake, Dino is a strong attack, but it's not going to do anything against my field. During their turn, I mean. The gimmick of this deck is to play during your opponent's turn. So Primera and Trudia on field for another search. Go for Crimson, you know, the good stuff. Crimson searching out a Monster Reborn, which I think it's definitely needed as a sweet, nice follow-up play during your next turn. Synchro Rumble, that was a name. So Supernova hits. Again, as soon as your opponent attacks, you can banish the Lightning Storm. That's a cute topic. But, you know, Little Knight banish, and they will just return during the next turn. Bonfire in the main deck, do you need it? Yeah, no, there are builds with or without, like with Bestials and so on. I think it's still okay to search your starter being Primera, so I think it's needed, the two Bonfire. And there's also Ash Blossom Bait, especially with, you know, you running Gamma. So get a peek at their hands, we see no Nip, no other hand traps, so they should be game. We also had the, what is it, Cross Out for a potential Imperm. The field spell is face up, so we can play during their turn for a potential Omni-Negation. Yeah, more than enough, right? Okay. Last example, I think, again, going first. Not that great of it. Like, this is, you know, probably just breaking, drawing too many level 4s going first, or even going second. So get the Synchro, go for the new level 8 as well, one of the last releases, right, that I know of. Go for the level 8, the level 12 that searches, get back the level 8 because it was used for a Synchro Summon. And just in case, drop the trap, like imagine they have, I don't know, a big Omni-Negation or evenly matched maybe. But you know, their Infinity Barrier needs, what is it, a face-up Centurion to be sent from your spell and trap card zone to the grave. So go for Crimson. We see it's Salamangreat, and you know, Salamangreat definitely struggles, should definitely struggle against Supernova, you know, banish the entire board, and there are like hardly any follow-up plays after that, especially with Ash and Nip in hand. That's basically a secure play, or victory, eventually. Sunlight Wolf is fine, so again, as soon as your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish their entire board, including Red, the Supernova itself. We go for it now. Maybe a bit too soon. Maybe I could have waited because of this. Like, Will was, I guess, the only out, the only option. Then again, maybe, you know, Promethean. I mean, it was fine, right? It was fine. It's still at Nip, just in case. So now the next place is working towards to another level 12 summon. Keep in mind that as soon as you use a Stratos effect from, you know, your level 4, you cannot special summon it again. So, like, the plays here is to get your Stratos on field, not to use its effect, so you can reborn it with your Rumble spell. So that gives you more Synchro plays during your turn, like, you know, what happens here. So basically double level 12 Synchro play. So go for Legacia, pop, draw Super Poly, but this is more than enough to attack for you. That's okay, that's cool. Last example, I think. Delicious opening end, like, look at this. This is really sweet. Bonfires, no Ash or whatever. Sad, right? Otherwise, we would have been able to go for talent and stuff like that. So go for the go for the field spell. Yeah, field spell is your MVP. Should be going for that one in most cases. Drop the level 12 to search. Probably, I mean, you could go for the... Oh, no, I already have Oath. Like, builds are, you know, you could run, what is it, the other trap that's basically an interruption. That's an option. But that's another trap, so I'm not so sure about that. This is fine, though. So you have an Omni-Negation being the trap, and you can, you know, Synchro Summon during their turn at Crimson, and, like, back in the day, you could go for Calamity and basically lock on the Duel. So we see Snake Eyes Ash, and I was like, okay, probably just Snake Eyes, right? Or I think we saw the... whatchamacallit, the... what did we see? Was it Turbulence? Was Turbulence discarded? Yeah, I think so. At least one Rescue Ace card. So there were follow-up plays, but I was like, okay, because Little Knight threat again, I think I'm forced to use Supernova. Ash, that hurts. That's one less hand trap for talents. Preventer is summoned, and Preventer kind of hurts again. Because, you know, it gives them another potential, I guess, Father plus Reborn to get Turbulence back again on field. But we kept that counter trap for that. Again, you don't want to, I mean, keep Imperm, keep the counter trap for the Turbulence, right? You don't want to give them 4 sets. But they're main decking the Fire King engine as well. And this could have been game, right? Going for Zealand is OTK, I think. If it wasn't for Nip. The draw nip, again, coming in clutch. And now, because of all the cards, this should be more than enough to attack for a game. We have Talons, Thrust, not really live, depends, right, if they have one hand trap. Cover the field spell, so next place would have been the ones we've seen before. Cosmic into another level 12 synchro play, so double level 12, or maybe even level 8 if you have the opportunity, maybe. Like, there are some level 8s, Omega, Berserker, Baron as a level 10 is still there, so it's a good deck. It definitely has options here on Master Duel, so feel free to leave, you know, suggestions. Okay, guys, that's it, thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leakum signing out. Peace.